Hey, Daxco leaders, it's me, Concetta Lewis, the VP of Talent here at Daxco. Many of you know that I actually was promoted up to the VP role from starting off at Daxco in 2007 as an accountant. And, talking to you about effective one-on-ones is something I'm really passionate about because it was those effective one-on-ones that I got from my leaders that got to me to where I am today. And so when we're talking about effective one-on-ones, I want to point out 5 things that I think are really key. One, frequency. You don't have to have them every week. I think going bi-weekly is probably sufficient, but it's going to be based on that situational leadership that you use with your team member. How often is it needed? What's the best way to communicate? But you do need to meet with them on a regular basis to talk through things. And so having a regular frequency and one that when you're there, you show up, you're not distracted. It's all about the team member. I think not canceling those meetings. I know sometimes that comes up. Don't cancel it, just reschedule it, and do something that works best for that team member as well. Having these frequent one-on-ones builds up that bank of trust that your team member has in you and that you have in your team member. Another one would be, plan, prepare for the meeting before you get in the meeting. Don't pull up your notes or the agenda right when you're in there. Don't look at anything that they've sent you prior to as soon as you get there to say, hold on, let me catch up. Honor their time. Show them that you value them as a team member and that you want to put in effort to make them better and to improve their performance, their development, their level, them as a person. For me, I think it's really important that the team member drives the one-on-ones. What do I mean by that? Ron does this with me. We'll start the meeting. He'll say, hey, what do you have on your list? He's interested in what I'm bringing to him. We have adults that work here. They're professionals and they want what's best for the company as well. And so you may have to set that expectation to start, but, allow your team members to build the agenda. What do they want to talk about? The best way to make room to discuss what they want to talk about is to have them update their goals separately in writing before the meeting. You can talk about those yellows or those reds if you need to, or you can do it in a different meeting. But for my team, we utilize Engagitly, and we have our goals in Engagitly. And they're prompted, and I told them I expect them to update their goals on a weekly basis. That way I keep up with what's going on and I don't lose time in our one-on-ones talking about something that I just could have read. And then, give feedback. It's important, so important that you give that coaching to your team members. We have team members. That means as leaders, we have coaches, and it's up to us to help make them better. And that's constructive coaching as well as praise. And another thing, just to close it out, follow up your one-on-ones with notes. And so what I mean by that, I used to have my team members email me what we talked about in the one-on-one. And it doesn't have to be like word for word, but what were the decisions made and the commitments and the action items? That way I know and they know that we're on the same page. And sometimes even with somebody like Beth, I love you, Beth. Even with somebody like Beth that we worked together for multiple years, there are some times that we don't hear each other the same or we walk away with a different understanding. And so have a regular frequency for your one-on-ones, be present when you're there, prepare, allow the team member to drive the agenda and get it to you in advance. And then utilize Engagitly to update your goals and your content or update your goals so that you don't have to use up the time in a one-on-one. You can also use Engagitly for your one-on-one notes. That way you and the team member can look at the same notes and walk away on the same page. I hope this was helpful. If you want to talk, let me know. Take care.